What's going on, guys? Jimmo here again with another fantastic video where we're going to be doing a little blend job on this Toyota Corolla. We'll be painting the fenders and blending the one side, this side here, we'll be blending into the door, and on the other side we'll be keeping it smaller and blending it within the fender. So what I'm doing right now is just running over it with a tack rag. I've already cleaned it and all that fun stuff. And I've got a new gun I'm going to be testing out today. I don't think I've shown in any other videos yet, but first I'm going to apply the wet bed blender, the HB055, when we're working with Onyx, because we're doing a Waterborne job again. So this is a clear product that I'm going to blend my color into, and it's going to help it transition out a little better. That's the Iwata LPH 400 with a 1.4 tip on it. I've used that over the years for all kinds of things, and lately it's just kind of transitioned into a clear blending reducer gun. So here we have the SATA 4000 HVLP with a 1.5 because Onyx likes a nice big tip on it. And there we go. So we're going to be blending our color into it and applying it fairly wet. You can see it's covering pretty well. And I'm running it around 26 psi. And when you're blending it out, you want to kind of try and angle them out a bit, work with the style lines if you can. Not so much in this case, but just a general blending tip. So I'll give it one nice wet coat, and then I'll flip over to the other side and pretty well do the exact same thing. So when I'm doing a tougher color, you don't really need to use this blending reducer in all situations, but when you're doing a color like this, 4Q2, it's a bit, or yeah, 4Q2. Yeah, that's the color anyway, 4Q2. And it's a higher metallic color that is a little bit more challenging than some of the other ones, so the blending reducer helps blend it out and keep everything wet while it's going out. Eliminate the chance of a halo, which is a dark edge where you see your blend because it's landing dry. So we're going to try, when I'm doing this small job, you can see I'm coming at the blend from the other way. I'm trying to keep the overspray as far away from the back edge of the fender so we don't change the color back there. The color has to be pretty good because we're pretty well butt matching it to the hood in this case. So, but yeah, it's a little bit more noticeable from the fender to the door if you don't have your blend going out quite so well. So here's the second coat going on. And again, on the tougher colors, I like to do this on both steps. So I'm going to have 2.5 coats here. So this is the final coat. But first I'm going to apply my wet bed blender. And then I'm going to put my color back into it. And I mean, most colors you can get away with just applying it with Onyx anyway. You can just apply the paint and it lays pretty smooth and blends out pretty well. But on the more challenging colors, this is the way I like to spray. And I'm going to apply my blend first, kind of go backwards here so I can blend into it while it's still as wet as possible. And I also wanted just to mention that I do have a more in-depth video on blending and reasons for color differences and all that planned out, but you know, time has just been a bit of a factor these days. So you can check out actually on the Facebook page. I did release a small little clip that explains blending, or sorry, the reasons for color differences, which was a popular question after the last video I put out with the purple Charger, where I gave you guys a brief overview. So if you want some more detail, check out the Facebook page and hang tight. I'll get that out as soon as I possibly can. So when I'm spraying this stuff, I like to go on my second coat. I go 2.5 coats, the second coat, and then immediately pull back and kind of dust on an effects coat to shift the color to the proper position and eliminate any mottling and have a more consistent look to your metallic. And this is just spotting in a small piece of dirt I had to remove, which wasn't a big deal before I could apply my clear. So here we go with the clear. And making its debut here is the Iwata WS400, which is another new gun I've picked up. Which, look at that fan pattern, just a massive fan pattern. It takes nothing to clear this fender. I mean, these videos are getting considerably shorter because my clear time's been cut in half by the size of this fan pattern. And it atomizes the product incredibly well. It's unlike any clear gun I've used to this point. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with this. The only other high-end gun I haven't really had a chance to try from kind of the big three would be the SATA RP, the 4000 RP that is. I have the 3000 RP, which is pretty good, but I like this one quite a bit better. And, you know, I'm sure the time will come. I sprayed the SATA 4000 HVLP for the Basecoat, and I loved that gun, but like I say, the 4000 RP. Hopefully I'll have my hands on it at some point. I've picked up a few other Satas. You can see them all on the Facebook page right now, and they'll be making their debuts at some point soon, I'm quite sure. I mean, overall, when people ask me what the difference is between Iwata and Develbus and SATA and which one I like better, I don't really have that big of a preference. As long as it sprays product relatively well and is kept clean and somebody doesn't hand me a dirty gun, I don't really care. I'm going to make it work, and most guys can. It's just a kind of personal preference on the way they spray. So this is working quite well, so you'll probably see this quite a bit more for Clear. And you guys might have noticed that the videos have slowed down a little bit, and that's because I'm no longer actually working at this shop anymore, and my time to do these jobs are more limited to weekends and weeknights, where the sole purpose is going into the shop to paint a car for the purpose of filming it and sharing it with you guys. So you know, I'm still within the industry doing some other things that maybe I'll talk about another time, but just want to let you guys know to hang in there. The videos will keep coming. You're just going to find them to be a little bit more sporadic than usual. So here is the end result. Now we have color going all the way to the top of the fender on that side, so we're going to have a butt match from the post to the fender and also from the fender to the hood. But fortunately we have a really good color match on this one. Procedurally, it's always best to blend out your color in every part of it, but you can see on this side, the post to the fender at the top there, we can see the tape is clear, there's no base coat. So you know, we have a blend obviously going on. We have a really nice blend. This color has stepped out really well, undetectable as we need it to be. And here's the bumpers in the other booth. They turned out really well. They kind of look a half a shade off once you put them on the car, even where we blended, so it could be just the angle they're sitting on. They're going to flip a little bit, but it's nice to have the bumpers half a shade off anyway, because that's kind of the factory effect, which you know, that's my position on it. I'm sure other people think differently, but overall I think this job turned out quite well, and I think everybody was happy with it, so that's, you know, that's all that matters. So that is it for today, guys. Thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out on Facebook, all that other stuff. Till next time, later.